Hi everyone, my name is Scott Blows, and we are here to talk Life is Strange today and answer some of your questions. So before we get started, obviously you can see we've got a special guest that wanted to come in and say hi. So this is Ashley Birch, the voice of Chloe, as you probably all know. And yeah, she just wanted to swing by and say hello quickly.
Yeah, unfortunately I have to run, so I can't stay around and answer questions. But I just wanted to say, hey, thanks for playing the game, and thanks for liking Chloe, and yeah.
Do you want to do a really quick Chloe line?
Oh, what's a good Chloe line?
On the spot.
What's your favorite Chloe line?
Oh, there's a lot. What's your favorite Chloe line? It's a good
question.
You could say,
so many lines.
Welcome to American Rust, my home away from hell.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
The junkyard one.
Welcome to American Rust, my home away from hell.
So
Oh, good.
Awesome.
So cool.
All right, well, Ashley's got a dash.
I gotta run, but thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for swinging by and saying a quick hello to the fans.
Yeah,
Thanks very much.
thanks for having me.
All right.
It's good to
Cool.
meet all of you.
Yeah,
thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, bye, Ashley.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so, guys, let's talk Life is Strange. So with me, I've got Raoul Barbet, the co-game director, Michelle Koch, co-game director, and Luc Badadous, the producer.
Hey.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello,
So
Scott.
we know each other quite well by now.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
A little.
cool. So we're just going to get you in the mood for Life is Strange by playing you a quick trailer. For those of you who haven't played the game, this should it'll explain a little bit about what it's about.
So what do you want? You don't know who the fuck I am.
What are you doing? Get that gun away from me, psycho! No!
My name is Max Caulfield. I'm 18 years old. Years ago, my family moved away and I left behind my childhood. After 5 years, I'm back in my hometown, Arcadia Bay, Oregon. Now I'm studying photography at Blackwell Academy, my new home. In the end, it's still high school, which kind of sucks. Then there's Chloe.
Home, shit, home. Let's dance! Or take my picture with your new camera. Come on, rock out, girl!
Then something happened. Something that changed my life forever.
Max, what's going on?
Where am I? There's something else I have to tell you. Holy shit.
Talk to me, Max.
I discovered I could reverse time.
Max, start from the beginning. Hey! Max? Chloe? Oh! Get in, Max! In the bathroom today. You set off the alarm. You hella saved my life.
Don't ever touch me again!
Then I realized I had a choice. Hey, you okay? And the power to change everything.
Bang! What the hell? Come on, slowpoke!
If I see you here again, you'll learn all about real trouble.
So, what would you do now?
Okay, so hopefully that just gave you a little insight into the game if you hadn't already played it, and for those who have, that was just to get you in the mood for our session today. So I know you guys have been really, really active talking to the community. You know, they all love the game. They've all been discussing it like crazy. So has there been any particular feedback from the community that has caused any changes in the development of future episodes? What can you say about that?
Yeah, like you say, we got a lot of feedbacks from the community, and it was after the episode 1 release, it was quite a huge surprise to see so many fan arts and so many reactions and series on forums. We are reading a lot of forums, Twitter, Twitch, a lot of feedbacks from the players, and this is what is really cool with the episodic format for a game. As we are doing the game episode by episode, we are currently working on episode 4. We can take into account some feedbacks or even some characters that the player like, so we can change a little some scenes, adding some characters, adding some scene, modifies a little bit some scenes to, because we can see a lot of feedback, so we can modify some of the next episode. But we will stick to the main storyline because we have the end of we have already written the whole story arc, so we will keep this one, but we can slightly modify it depending of those feedbacks. So it's quite great to see that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So there you have it. Your feedback is, being looked at every day, and there might be some slight changes. We don't know, but we'll have to wait for 4 and 5 to kind of see what happens. So there are many choices you can make throughout the game. So were there some scenes that were more complicated to kind of develop or kind of get your head around? What were they?
Yes, I think when you work on a game with choice and consequences, like we have so many choices we take into account that everything is quite hard to plan. We have, in each episode we have something like 4 to 5 major choices and 10 to 15 minor choices, and of course it starts to pile up after each episode, and we're still taking all of them into account to modify the story and the journey for the player. But some of the biggest scenes have been harder, and for us what's the most important is to deal with we are dealing in Life is Strange with some really serious themes like social media bullying, domestic violence, teen pregnancy, and other subjects that are really close to reality and close to what it is to be a teenager in America. And for those scenes, that's those the scenes where we are taking the most of time to be sure that we are handling them in a very right way. So we don't want to trivialize any subject and really to speak about those subjects in the best way possible. So we are doing a lot of researches. We are working with our writer Christian Divine, who is living in San Francisco, to be sure that everything is working. And so we won't really deal with those subjects in the perfect way possible.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So Max, obviously the main protagonist, the main character who you play, she's a character that a lot of people can relate with. She's not a superhero. She's just kind of your average teenager. She's like just an everyday hero. But was it always intended for Max to be quite introvert and shy, or were there any other concepts for her character?
Yeah, Max, at the very beginning of the project, when we start to write, it begins really with the rewind mechanism and all this choice and consequence theme we wanted to have in an adventure game. So at the beginning we had a lot of main characters. Max was one of them, and little by little, when we try to figure out how the game will be with this power, the fact that it's not like an offensive power, so Max began to become the perfect hero and the perfect character for the player. So it's little by little adding some layers to those characters and to Max that she's becoming what she is. But the idea was really to talk about those choices that is sometimes difficult also to take some choice. So Max was, like you say, at the beginning of the game, a little shy, introvert, but she will evolve, she will grow up, I think, because of this power, and also because of course, Chloe. This is this kind of friend you have that you don't always like how she behave, but she will take you to maybe other paths, and I think Max will grow up, and you will see, of course, in episode 4 and 5 that she will change a lot. But,
Yeah, I've definitely noticed as each episode has gone on. Excuse me. Each episode has gone on. we're seeing Max kind of play with her power a little bit more, and she's almost getting a little bit more confident with it. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So that's really really cool to see that kind of character arc and that development.
And it was also a good entry point to this universe to have Max like this. And we wanted also to talk about that because I think we all have difficulties when we were teenager. It's a very violent world. High school world could be really difficult. So Max was a perfect character to talk about all this.
And that's also why we created Chloe the way she is, because in the beginning they are really polar opposites. And Max is shy and introvert, when Chloe is angst-ridden and extrovert and with this punk rock attitude. And in the course of the games, of course, both of the characters are evolving and getting to rekindle their friendship and get some of Max's characteristic will, of course, change Chloe and the other way also. And in the end, this is a coming of age story, so that's really the idea, to have Max evolving through the whole game.
Yeah, brilliant. Great. So yeah, this question's pretty good. So a lot of people are curious about the doe, or the spirit animals that we see throughout Life is Strange. There's quite a lot of theories about it. I, for one, I'm pretty interested to see where it's going. Without any spoilers, guys, don't worry, we're not going to spoil anything for you. Is there anything you can kind of tell us a little bit more about your decision to kind of have these elements in the game, or a little bit about these kind of spirit animal?
Yeah.
Right from the beginning, we wanted this story to take place in a small town in Oregon, and because we really saw that these natural elements, the ocean on one side, the forest on the other side, was great for bringing the feeling of nostalgia and the feeling of loneliness, of isolation we wanted to have in the game. And so, of course, those animals, we won't spoil what exactly is behind this, but they play, of course, an important part in the story, as the doe is guiding Max in the very beginning, in the first scene, in the last scene of episode 1. And so we can't say much, but the player will find out exactly.
Awesome.
And it's also why we chose Oregon, this small town, to be in Oregon. We wanted really to feel this, the nature and all those animals. So we asked the level designer to add a lot of squirrels, birds, to feel also this. Yeah, so
the squirrels are amazing. I love them. They're very cute, and there's lots of them doing different things. I think my one was the jumping up at the fireflies. He's my favorite. Cool. So I know you guys are massive music fans. Music is a pretty huge part of the game. I would say it's very integral to the atmosphere and kind of the feel. Was there always going to be licensed music by known artists? The way the game uses the music is quite unique. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, since the beginning, I think we were working with music on our scene. Even at the beginning, we didn't have any rights, but we use them on the scene, just on the prototype, to see how it will fit with the universe. Since the beginning, we wanted to have the score and some licensed tracks from known artists. Thanks to Square, we were able to have like more than 15 licensed tracks, so we are really happy with that. But the idea was also to use those tracks to tell something about the universe, tell something about the characters. That's why, for example, Chloe in episode 1 will listen to a Sparkler's title, when Max will maybe listen more to like folk, neo-folk, indie songs. So this tells also something about the character, and the score is made by Jonathan Morali, who is a French artist from the band Sin Matters. You can hear 2 songs of Sin Matters also in the game, in the corridors, the scene of the beginning and the end of episode 1. And Jonathan is a huge fan of game. It's the first soundtrack he's doing for game. He's doing a lot of soundtracks for movies in France also. But yeah, we are so happy to work with him. We're a huge fan of him. So I think it gives something unique with the score. The music you can listen in the menu, in the campus. I think the mix between this score and the licensed tracks, it's here since the beginning, but we are really happy to be able to keep this. And also we wanted to use the licensed tracks in a diegetic way also. So it means it will be interactive. This is a player who choose when she want to listen to a song, if he want to play the scene with this song or not. This is what is really great with video game, that the player will choose how he want to play this scene on a slow pacing, or maybe to go fast directly to the next scene. So yeah, this is something where the music, I think it gives a lot to the game. So we are really happy with that.
Really important.
Excellent. As the community manager, I see a lot of the kind of the theories and the kind of the fan art and the cosplay. What did you imagine such a great reaction from the community? There's a lot of it.
No, it's beyond what we could have imagined. Since the release of the first episode, we've seen so much like fan arts. Like people are sending us gifts, even.
Yeah,
so
wow.
it's kind of crazy. We never seen such a good reception.
Yeah, for all the fan art, it's so crazy.
So it gives a strong support for the teams, because as we are still working on the episode, it's really exhausting. It's like you have to ship 5 games in a short period. So after each release, we can read, like we said before, on Twitter and on Reddit and everything, the good feedbacks, and it gives a moral boost to the team. We share the best comments, and also we had like some fun watching the videos. You know, the guy who streamed the game. We watch a lot, and seeing the reaction to the most intense scenes, to not spoil the people who haven't played, is like amazing for us.
Your guys' reaction has been absolutely fantastic so far, please keep it coming.
Yeah, and it's also what is great with again episodic format, because there is some time between each episode. I know it's hard sometimes to wait, but it allows the community to grow and to talk together, and to see that is really something we didn't expect that at all, and we didn't even think about it, that this time between each episode, it gives us a lot of strength, and it's quite unique.
Yeah, we've seen some people asking why you don't release all the episode yet. It's just because we're still working on it. There's a lot of work to do, so we don't just hold the episode just for the sake of making people wait.
And so yes, really thanks everyone for the feedbacks and the fan art and the cosplay. It's just awesome.
Yeah, so long nights getting those extra episodes ready. I can't wait for episode 4. Don't worry, we're not going to do any more spoilers. But can you give us a little, what can you tell us about episode 4? Like, what are the sort of themes we can expect?
Not much.
It's hard to tell anything without spoiling. What we can say is that we really think that the player will be surprised again, and we are making our best to make it again the best episode possible, and we really hope that they'll like it.
Cool. Okay. I wasn't expecting a big answer. That's
the best we can do.
But we like to please the fans here. Okay, so we asked you guys what questions you would love to ask DONTNOD, and there was a lot of them. So we're going to get through as many as we can. We had some really great questions sent in, so thank you everyone that has sent in. And if we do read your question, congratulations, because you will be getting one of these special shirts that we've got designed. I don't know if you can read it from where I am, but it's Go Bigfoots, the team at Blackwell Academy. So yeah, we will be contacting you and sending you one of those out if your question was picked. Okay, so first question from Leanne. What was your biggest challenge during development?
Oh.
Thank you, Liam. Hard question.
Yeah, no making the game.
We can.
The time, I would say, but
on a creative way you can answer. But just for the on the production side, we hadn't expected so much work for an episodic game. At first, the game seemed smaller. It was a small team. The budget was small. It's still a small budget and small team compared to the AAA games. But the game needed more time, needed more people, and it's really complicated to have an episodic game. You have many constraints, like everything needs to be here for the first episode code-wise, because then if you want to update something, it's really complicated. So it's a real struggle on many topics on the production side, and it's quite exhausting for the team, as I said before, but also on the creative side. it needs a lot of work just to make everything consistent with all the minor choices. The fact that you have to report from one episode to another. So
Yeah, the dealing with the consequences of each choice is quite difficult. We've got like huge Excel files with a lot of different outcome. It's quite complicated. Also dealing, I think, maybe with the fact that we are French developers and we wanted to make a game about American teenager in Oregon, so we wanted to do it right, and so that's why also we work with Christian Divine, a great writer, and we are doing a lot of research to be sure that we are accurate and that we hope that some teenager from Oregon could recognize some stuff and feel that this is realistic and this is the kind of problems you can also encounter as a teenager. This is the kind of high school you could be in. So yeah, it was a great challenge. And I would say to finish, maybe the rewind. The rewind was on the paper, it's a great idea, but in a technical point of view, the team has to make a lot of effort. The develop team and the level designers. It's quite complicated to think about all the outcomes, all the technical issue you can.
Yes,
sometimes they say, okay, get rid of the rewind.
No, don't get rid of the rewind.
and we've got it. So it's cool.
And even on a narrative point of view, the rewind and the time travel is always really hard to deal with. So we worked hard on this, and it was quite hard.
Okay. So another question. So this is from JohnnyA. What encouraged you to explore teenage issues in a game? Obviously, it's not really been done before that we've seen. Why these themes?
We think that when you're a teenager, it's a really hard time. It's a really violent world for teenagers, because we started the game as there is this teen drama layer on the game, but teenagers are. It's really a world when it's really interesting to talk about all those issues teenagers are having, and we talked about it already, like social media bullying or violence or isolation. It's really a reflection of the human world, and everything is quite violent and condensed when you're a teenager. And also, since we are having a game about a coming of age story with choice and consequences, it was the right period of time to have our story here, because when you're a teenager, you're still free to become whoever you want. You still can make choices, decide what studies you will make later, and you're really building your life at this moment of your life. And it was for us the perfect metaphor for this choice and consequence story.
And all those themes we wanted since the beginning of the project talk about them, and it's like you can have in novels or movies some using the video game media to talk about those things was really important for us, and we can see a lot of projects in the indie games becoming more and more about those themes, and I think it's really cool to see the video game talking also about those, and all the feedbacks we have from the community, just telling that they are not feeling they are less alone with this game, because they see that there is other people feeling like themselves. I think it's really cool. It's why also we are doing video games, is to give hope to people and to talk about those things. So it's really cool to see some feedback like this.
Yeah, and the game it handles quite some mature themes, but you guys have handled that really responsibly, and you even set up like a help page for those who might have experienced these issues, which was lifestrange.com/talk, which appears at the end of the game, and that was really awesome to see. So thank you.
Thank you.
Did we just see a bit of Nathan there, being nasty Nathan as always. So how difficult was it? So this is from Niall Gallagher. How difficult was it to adapt time travel into a narrative? So was it hard to get things like the butterfly effect right? Because there's a lot of dialogue choices. It must have been really complicated to kind of fit that in. If you want to change a choice, rewind, and you've got two separate situations for each scenario.
Yeah, I think we have also chosen to begin small. In the episode 1, it's really an introduction to this power, just using it in a small way or easy way. And after we will add some layers, as you have seen in the next episode, because we were used to design some scene with this power. In episode 1, it was each scene was a new discovery okay, we've got another problem. Okay, we got another problem. So after episode 1, we knew what we could do or not. So, but yeah, on a narrative point of view, it's quite complicated to design the dialogue,
because we don't have unlimited resources. We cannot do those dialogues with hundreds of branches. So we still need to focus on reducing the number of branches while still keeping the feeling that you have enough choices to be realistic and to be interesting for the player. So it's really a struggle between production costs and creativity for every time. So we work a lot with the designer, with the writer, to be sure that we are taking into account everything the player has made and reducing it to what will be really efficient and what will be working. So we have a lot of differences. We have different text messages based on the consequence you made. We have new dialogues if you rewind and talk to someone because you learn some new information. Max receive different emails based on the choice of the player. It can be new environment, new characters. There are really a lot of possibilities, and it's really hard to keep track of everything and to be sure that we are doing in the efficient way with our budget.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Good questions coming in. I think my favorite character is Warren. I don't know, I kind of like his sort of quirky awkwardness. I'm a little bit awkward sometimes myself. I just love how he's always pursuing Max and like asking her to hang out. So which character can you kind of relate to most, or which character is your favorite? This was sent in by Therese. Which ones?
Good question. Luke, you can begin?
Yeah, I think my favorite one, I like Warren a lot like you, but my favorite one is Chloe, of course. Like, she's super awesome. She's like the friend you have that want to do crazy thing, that always drags you into things you wouldn't do, but you do it anyway. So she's fantastic.
Good stuff.
Yes, it's a tough one because we love all those characters, so they are really great. I think I really love Max.
You're Max.
I don't know if I'm Max, but I really love the fact that she's starting as this shy introvert character, but she still has a lot of personality, and with all her inner voices, we are really seeing inside of her what she's thinking about stuff, and she thinks of sometimes clever, sometimes jokey stuff about how she's perceiving the world, and of course she's evolving through the whole game. So I think she's a really great character.
Difficult. I would say Victoria, Nathan, or
all the nasty ones.
Those are good too.
And really, for example, Victoria. I like the way we try to have those characters. They are not black and white, so you can find some aspect of in every character that could relate to someone you know, or this is what we wanted to have. So you will have for sure some surprise in episode 4 and 5. But yeah, I would say I think Chloe also, because like Luke said, is the kind of friend you at the beginning you hate her, and at the end say, oh, it's so cool too.
Yeah, everyone's got one of those.
Yeah, it's cool. It's the kind of friend you take a different path, and at the end think, you're a little jealous, and in the same time you don't want to be like. And so it's really, really interesting. The relation between Max and her, I think, is pretty good.
Yeah, and going back to what you were saying about how each character's not black and white, we're definitely starting to see more of that now as the episodes have progressed. Like Victoria, I'm warming up to her. I'm starting to see, there's more to her than just kind of, being the nasty girl on the campus. And it's really interesting to kind of see.
That was basically the idea for every character. In episode 1, we are really getting into the story. We used sometimes some known archetypes for the characters. So that's an entry point for the player. We have the shy girl, the nerd, the football players, etc. So it's quite the character you usually find in teen drama. And in each episode, we are really adding other layers to those characters and changing them and making them evolve with the way that will surprise the player and also show that, in fact, in life there is no, like Raoul said, nothing in black or white, but it's shades of grey for everyone.
It was also the idea behind the choices. We wanted to have not easy choices to make, because there is no good choices. In fact, it's just the way you deal with them, and you try to continue to live with them. So no black or no white choices.
Yeah. I think we've all been in a couple of situations where we really wish we could rewind time. Some embarrassing moments, but we won't go into them.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So next question from Christian Gabri. Sorry if I haven't pronounced that correctly. So the game's got a very unique sort of visual style to it. I really love it. I think it looks beautiful. How did the idea for the game's visual aesthetic come along? It's got this very kind of unique sort of paintery style. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
When we started to work on the story, the character and the game, we knew that we had some keywords that were really important for the game, and one of those keywords was nostalgia. And when we were exploring a few different possible art style, we really quite soon in the development saw that the game wouldn't work as well with a realistic rendering, because everything would be so detailed that you would anyway lose the focus and just look at some of those details. When you're going for a realistic rendering like we are seeing right now, we can let the player put some of his own imagination and some of his own perceptions and memories to the pictures he's looking at, and that's really what we wanted. We wanted the player to feel the scene, to feel the mood of the scene, the lighting, and not focus on the details. Really focus on the whole picture and the whole scene, and bring some of his own perception.
Yeah. So going back to kind of the visual style, the games, I think the game's got two very distinctive color palettes. As we can see behind me right now, there's a difference for when kind of some bad things are going on. It becomes kind of grey and a bit dull, a bit bluey. But then there's these really beautiful sort of sunlit. What do you call it? The
Golden hour.
The golden hour. Yes, thank you.
The magic hour.
The magic hour. Yeah. It's really interesting to see, and the kind of contrast when different things are going on. Was that intentional?
Yeah, of course. We got like two panel for exactly like you said.
We could show you
this kind of gray or blue, maybe
more vivid.
Yeah, vivid stuff, and we will have again some scene like this in the next episode. But and having, like Michel explains, like warm and moody atmosphere, very nostalgic atmosphere with more yellow and autumnal tones.
The idea was really to have this feeling of almost putting the player into a cocoon, into something that's really cottony. We really wanted the lighting to be part of the scene. The light is almost a character in each scene, and this was something that should reflect this nostalgic feeling and this softness of hues. And of course, it contrasts with some scenes that are really more harsh and contrasted and vivid to show the violence the characters might be, and every teenager might be confronted with.
So it's very. I think it would be very interesting at some point to share maybe with the fans some of these early documents, because like Raoul said, these color palettes you mentioned were indeed something that the team worked on, and also, for example, the Chloe's room, the concept, one of the early concept of the Chloe's room compared to the actual result in game are extraordinary. It's extraordinary to see how the team managed to reproduce the same feeling that were in the early concept art.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys would love to see that back home. So maybe, maybe we will see.
No promise.
No promises. We got a couple more questions coming in. Big question. It's on everyone's mind. What are we talking? Are we talking waffle or bacon, or pancakes?
So
most important choice in the world
game.
Yeah,
I'm glad that the design team introduced a vegetarian option for me. This way I always choose the pancake or the waffle, even though it's digital bacon, so I could choose it without killing any pig. I still vote for the the vegetarian one.
And yeah, it's quite. This question is quite crazy because we have made a presentation at PAX like some months ago, and we were playing the scene in live. And when we arrive at it's not a question in the diner. I think it's the one with Joyce. But in the diner, it was like all the crowd that were fighting just for these questions.
It was eventually they
quite
came to an agreement. They wanted, I think, the bacon, and Adam, who was playing, just choose the opposite. So like he went against the popular choice. So
we've
everything
got
in the scene
a
was,
riot,
why
and
did you
it
do
was
that?
horrible.
Well, for me it was easy. It was bacon all the way.
For me too.
Can't beat it.
Take the pancake.
So are you guys enjoying E3 so far? It's been a great show.
It's our first E3 for the two of us. It's really impressive to see. We've been to Gamescom already, but to PAX, but seeing how with all the screens, the sound, it's really huge. But as we have a lot of work, we still have to work on the morning remotely with the French team. So we've not seen that much. We've been able just to see few things.
just
10
meters around.
To be honest, I didn't play any game. I didn't have the time to play any game. I just walked a bit, but it's awesome.
And it's cool because for the one who are at E3, we can see the Life is Strange trailer on a huge screen.
It's amazing.
Between Deus Ex and Hitman, so yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's great. It's great to see it out there on the show floor being played. A lot of people have come by and enjoyed it. It's been awesome. Yeah. Okay. So another question. What is this one that's coming here? So when creating the game, did you guys expect that this game would have as much emotional impact on people? Because I know from personal experience and several others of the community, it's had a big impact on people. I've seen a lot of your guys' Let's Play. Sometimes tears have come.
It's crazy. We're really happy that it works.
And like we said before, I think it's also because of the themes we deal with, and I think the most important thing is to have great characters. We wanted really a character-based story, so we really wanted to improve those characters for the players to feel links with them, and so I think it's working a little, so it's cool. And also the themes, even if we are like adults, I think you will always remember this difficult period. It can be to be a teenager, so I think it can bring something for the players. I think it's working, so it's cool. We are so proud to see all those feedbacks.
When we started to work on the game, we really didn't ask ourselves the question if it would have this impact or not. We were really focused on creating the game and the story we wanted to create, and we would like to play as players. And we really, I think at the beginning, we really said to ourselves, we won't even think about what target audience or about marketing points, and we really focused on creating what the story we thought would be the best one. And we were really happy that Square Enix loved this project and accepted the game as it was. So it's cool, and seeing that the result is working, so well with the players, and the response is great. It's awesome.
Yeah. You guys are on Twitter pretty much every day, every night, reading everything.
Those two are crazy with Twitter.
So we have to make Raul read the sentences because
they send me like a sum up of all the stuff.
It's good. It's good.
We just love reading the feedbacks of the player, so we are really reading them. So that yes.
Yeah, and even when, like Michel said that yesterday, when we are working late at the office because we have to, some say, okay, let's do like a Twitter motivation lecture.
Oh, that's great.
It's really cool. Yeah, because we are also doing that for the players, and it gives, like we already said, a lot of strength to the team to know that we are doing also the game for a huge community, and so yeah.
Awesome. That's great. That see, you guys are keeping them going, keeping them motivated.
Thank you.
Keep those tweets coming in for their long nights.
Yep.
Okay. So, did you guys ever? Max has got this fantastic power of being able to rewind. I would certainly love that power. yeah, we're starting to see her use it in different ways now. She's kind of getting more used to it and finding new ways of using it. But did you guys consider any other powers for Max before going with time manipulation, or was it always from the start Max was going to have this power?
I think it was always from the start with time manipulation, but we've explored a lot of variations and possibilities on how we can use this.
Yep.
Could it be rewind or freezing, or a lot of variation you can do with time? But we really wanted to talk about time manipulation because this was the basics of how we designed this story with the choice and consequences and this butterfly effect and the fact that this is a coming of age story where Max really has issues to go forward, and the time manipulation was working well. But I think yes, when we were working on the design, we explored a lot of. Maybe we can talk about some of the possibilities we've explored. Or
like I said before, it was a lot of characters at the beginning. So yeah, we wanted to be sure that this is the right power also with the right characters. So it's little by little that okay, Max is a little shy, so maybe it hasn't to be an offensive power. So I think it's also the right power for the character of Max. So this is how we end with this one. But yeah, at the beginning it was like so many weird ideas.
Yes. And we had at a point to settle with some rules, and that's what you have in game. The way that time travel works in our game is all the rules we worked with the game designers, with the writer, to be sure that everything is consistent and working to give the player the best experience possible when he's playing the game.
Yeah. It's got a really cool effect when you rewind. It's really cool to see everything moving around the scene with you. And it's got that really cool sort of camera exposure effect, which ties in really nice with Max, as obviously a photographer at Blackwell. Yeah, it's really nice to see, and I've never played a game where I can do that before.
Like you were talking when you talked about the color tones and the stuff, it's also linked to the photographic aspect. We wanted really to all the elements of the game stick together, and of course Max will keep her old camera because she's a little nostalgic also. She don't want to grow up too much. This kind of small things we wanted to be coherent, cohesive. So photographic art and element, all the FX guy, quite a great genius to add all those elements. When you use your power, we wanted really to have this light clicks and
double exposure stuff.
Good, cool. Okay, so we just got a couple more, and then we're going to show you a little video. Okay, so there are quite a lot of like very little subtle things dotted around the world, and I absolutely love finding each one of them. I think one of my favorite examples is when you're walking the corridors and you see something on the wall saying, "Oh, I've lost my portable computer or my laptop."
Yeah.
And then further down the hall, I saw on the notice board like selling computer with 15 gig of cat pics. Yeah, these have been fantastic to see. Have they been kind of fun to put in or work on? Yeah.
This is, we really wanted to, since the beginning of the project, to have this slow pacing aspect in the game. It means that we wanted the player to even push them to take their time and to look around, to look at a lot of different objects. I think it's important to give some rewards for that. So, like you say, I think when you find by yourself those kind of funny stuff, it's quite, you wouldn't say, oh cool. So we want to discover more and more, and this is the same idea behind, for example, what we call the Zen sequences. When you sit on the fountain, and we had some voiceover of Max telling something about the world, about herself, and we add some layer of the music. It's this kind of rewards you give to the player who will push them to take their time and to explore the world. And we really wanted to do that since the beginning, because sometimes, for example, in our previous game, it's more like action game, so you don't have the time, because this is not the kind of game when the designer they are not letting the time sometimes to the player. Here we really wanted to let the time to the player to explore and to see stuff. But yeah, there is a lot of hidden stuff like that. It could be very small stuff, but
yeah, but that's what creates a world. There's every small detail is important because it creates a story, and it makes the player feel that the world is living, that it's a real world. And even when you're revisiting places, some of the stuff will have changed, of course, because it's another day, and the player should really look around. There is really a lot of hidden stuff.
Yeah,
and we put also a lot of hints from one episode to another. Yeah, you can find a lot of cool stuff.
There you go. So make sure you explore when you're playing. You know, the average sort of runtime is about 2 to 3 hours for the game, but I probably spent about 4.5 because I was just looking at everything, picking everything up. Yeah, it's been great and interesting that there are some hints hidden. So yeah, be sure to have a look, guys. Cool. So there are all our community questions. Thank you to everyone that has sent one in.
Thank you.
Sorry we couldn't answer all of them. There were a ton. But I will be in touch with you personally to get you one of these shirts. We also do have another shirt, which is Max's shirt. So I'll let you pick which one you want. Cool. So we're just gonna chat a little bit more generally about the game, and then we are going to play the new E3 trailer. So you guys can check that out if you haven't already seen it. So, episode 3. You know, I don't want to spoil anything, but it ended pretty. It was big. It was big. Yeah, emotionally a big ending. Yeah, it shocked me, but it was. No, it was great. And we're really starting to see the game sort of ramp up now. Like, episode 1 was very much an introduction to the series, and very much an introduction to the power. It does feel like a TV show, and I know that's what you guys intended with the pacing. You got the pilot, and as it goes through, things start getting a bit more interesting. Has it been really cool to kind of build up suspense because you've done it episodically? Has that been enjoyable?
Yeah, this is also why we wanted to make an episodic game. Since the beginning of the writing, we had like 5 episodes. So since we have worked with a French writer, Jean-Luc Cano, who was working for TV shows and movies. Since the beginning, we wanted to have this, like you said, this different way of telling a story. It means that you will have like 2 and 3 hours per episode, when you can make the character evolve, can talk about different themes from one episode to another. So we knew that we wanted really to keep that, and also of course to control a little the way the player will play, to know that the player will play like 2 or 3 hours for one each episode, and having this cliffhanger at the end, it's really great to think about that, and it's what is working for TV show, of course. At the end of a lot of episodes, you're like
yeah.
And
cool.
For the game, it's really interesting to have it, and we have seen also other companies doing that very well, and yeah, really good.
Cool. Okay, so guys, we are just going to play you the new E3 trailer that we put together, which shows you what's happened in Arcade Bay so far. So here we go.
Spoiler.
I would look away now due to spoil. Oh yeah, mine. That's fine.
And there she is, a lovely young woman.
To all of you American girls, it's sad to imagine a world without you. American girls, I'd like to.
What the hell is this?
Be part of the world around you.
That's Rachel Amber. Something happened to her.
I want proof you can rewind time. No!
Come on, Slowpoke!
What are you doing here, Max?
I wish I could rewind back all the way to this day and change everything. Oh my God.
Cool. So that's the new trailer to round it up, and we are out of time. So thank you for everyone that has tuned in and watched. And if you weren't able to catch the stream, this is being recorded, so you can check it out later on. So my name is Scott, and thank you, Raoul, Michelle, and Luke.
Thanks.
Thanks so much.
For more information on Life is Strange, you can go to www.lifeisstrange.com. And that's it. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.